attended some meetings, and I remember wondering, what the heck is Turning Point? I should have known, but I didn't. I started to follow Charlie Kirk, and as time went on, I became a steadfast listener to his radio program. I started attending national Turning Point conferences. During the summer of 2024, Charlie was plugging a ballot chasing program that they were developing at Turning Point to go out and chase votes of low propensity voters to elect Donald Trump. And I remember Charlie Kirk was inviting people to come out to Arizona to stop by and knock some doors. I think I got it, yeah. He said it would be like joining the Foreign Legion. And that sounded adventurous to me. And I thought, that sounds like it'd be a good adventure, be fun. And I can also do something to try to save the country. So I applied to the ballot chasing program at Turning Point, and they were crazy enough to actually hire me to do it for a month. They paid me a good salary. They put us up in a really nice hotel. I was in Scottsdale, Arizona. For a month, they paid for all of our meals. I was hoping by knocking all these doors, I'd lose some weight, but actually I gained weight a little bit because it was like the culinary experience of my life, because they gave us Uber Eats, $50 with Uber Eats a day, and there were some great restaurants around there. Put us up with some amazing patriots. It was unbelievable. These folks came from all over the country. There were over 6,000 people who came to Arizona to knock doors for Donald Trump and Turning Point. While I was in Arizona, I met Charlie 3 times. I'll just describe one of those. The first day I was there, I went to the Turning Point headquarters, and we were doing a training there. And I remember a colleague and I decided, we'd step outside and get some fresh air. So we stepped outside the headquarters and didn't realize the doors locked, automatically, which makes sense to me now. They had a high level of security. So we were waiting outside to get in, and I looked to my right, and there's Charlie Kirk. He's coming around the corner. He was coming into work, and I remember he fist bumped me and said, I'm so glad you're here to knock doors, something like that. He was very encouraging. I want to tell another story related to Turning Point. Last January, I was in Washington, D.C. for inauguration, and some friends and I were we're at the Capitol building. We walked across the street, and there was a large group of, or there's about 30 or 40 people, looked like kind of prominent individuals. There were some TV cameras. I thought, who are these folks? And then I recognized Tyler Boyer, who you guys heard from, was in that group. So I went up to him, and I said to him, hey man, I came out and knocked doors for you guys in Arizona, 1,500 doors in October. And I fully expected him to blow me off and be like, who are you? But he was super friendly to me, and he thanked me profusely for coming out to Arizona. He was like, man, thank you so much for coming out from Missouri to Arizona to knock doors. And I was thinking, I should be the one thanking you. And it just shows the kind of leadership that Turning Point has. I think the following quotation of Samuel Adams aptly describes Charlie's life. He said, "It does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men." Charlie was lighting those brush fires of freedom all the time. In closing, I want to share 3 truths, and some of these are hard truths, about Charlie Kirk's assassination. Number 1, Charlie was not killed for his political beliefs. He was killed for his Christian faith. People who don't know better think of Charlie as a right-wing political activist, but really, I'm sure you all know this in this room, his political activities were an outgrowth of his deep Christian faith and commitment to honor Jesus Christ. So Charlie Kirk is a Christian martyr, and he's an American hero. Number 2, we're in a spiritual war, not a political war, with demonic forces that seek to destroy the United States of America and the Christian faith. This is a battle of good against evil. While we pray and have compassion for the poor souls whose minds have been warped by the satanic ideologies of DEI, Marxism, wokeism, and transgenderism, which have infected so many areas of our society, we must also expose and utterly destroy these ideologies and these groups and the groups funding them in order for this country to survive. And number 3, I don't think I'm the only one here who felt a tinge of shame and guilt on top of the anger and sadness I felt after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Charlie went into the belly of the beast and spoke the truth to darkness. And for that, he took a bullet to his neck. He spoke the truth that many of us Christians knew and yet were afraid to speak. If we're honest with ourselves, the state of moral decay in which our country has descended is in large part due to the silence of Christian men. We must pledge today to become as courageous as Charlie was, to speak the truth and to take up our swords, metaphorically speaking, to destroy the forces of evil that have infiltrated our society. As James says, we must be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving our own selves. This is the best way to honor the life of Charlie Kirk. Thank you, and again, thank you guys for coming out and listening to my little speech there. Thank you.